Hey, how's it going? It's Grant with the Garden of Eden.
And Layla.
And Jaden. And Shelby.
And today, we're going to go over our past trip to the Chase Animal Sanctuary, where they need our help raising money to build new fences. Because of the new regulations in Florida, they have to go ahead and raise the height of all the fences in their deer enclosures. And they're also going to take this opportunity to increase the size of their deer enclosures as well. So they need our help raising money for the new fences. So we're going to drop a link in the description down below. Help out and donate if you can. If not, smash that like button, share the video. That'll help us reach out to more people. So let's get started. The sanctuary is home to many different animals, including birds and tortoises, as well as pigs and even little tiny capybara as well. However, their main focus was on lemurs and sloths, and the sloths were the whole reason why we're there in the first place. The tour started off with a video of the facility as well as the volunteers that work there. Also, there was a blue and yellow macaw that was flying around that really brought me back to my childhood when we used to have one at the house before my parents moved to Hawaii. You see, Layla is obsessed with sloths. They are her favorite animal by far, and for her birthday, we took her to the Lowry Park Zoo just to see the sloths. However, the sloth enclosure was empty. And even though we had year-round tickets to go to the zoo, as Florida residents, they are free once you buy the first pass. However, it was so hot during the summer, we just didn't have enough time to go as well. We were waiting for the winter months where it was a little bit cooler and you could walk around and it wasn't that bad. There isn't a lot of shaded areas or places to sit down at the zoo, and if there are, they're usually taken up. So we were waiting for the winter month, and then I broke my leg. So I really didn't have the ability to walk around the entire zoo. However, we found this animal sanctuary. It's a little bit smaller, and they guaranteed that these sloths were going to be out and about and that Layla could see them. They just happened to be raising money for fences at the same time, so we thought we'd help them out. We're going to donate 10% of all sales on our website, tgoeshrimp.com, to the animal sanctuary through the end of the month. Hopefully, that'll help them build the fences that they need so they can meet the code requirements. And now this is where things got really fun, up close and personal. They took us into an enclosure with 3 red ruffed lemurs. They were about 6 to 9 months in age, and they were so joyful. And at this young of age, they're really playful, and that's why people think they're such great pets. They really just are like little kids, jumping around, climbing on anything that they can. They really liked my hat, and I just couldn't give it to them. It's an Aquashella hat. I gotta keep it. However, they are like this up until about 2 to 3 years old, and then they can get kind of aggressive. That is why they have this sanctuary set up for the lemurs. A lot of times in the animal trade, people will get them and not realize how much they can really get into things, and then as they get older, they can get a little aggressive as well, and it just happens at that 2 to 3 year mark. So these guys were very young, still nice and playful. However, you got to remember that they grow up and they're not always going to be this fun. It truly was a beautiful facility. The animals had plenty of room to frolic around and play, as well as extra room, and they even had extra cages in case certain animals need new homes as well. Also, I know they looked really heavy, but there was a ton of fur. They're little fluff balls. They're really, really light. Even the kids could hold them with no problem at all. And besides the tour, there's also yoga as well as painting with the lemurs. So if you notice any pink or green on the tails, that is from a painting session that happened right before we got there. It is completely non-toxic and safe for the lemurs. They really enjoy it. They hand out little snacks for you to feed the lemurs as you're painting as well. And it's a lot of fun. Shelby and Layla are gonna wanna have to go back here and do that, as well as me and Jaden are gonna go and check out the tortoises once it warms up and they come out of their enclosures a little bit better. And even being in the bind that they are in now, they're taking advantage of this opportunity to make their enclosures larger for their deer. This doesn't always have to happen. All they would have had to do is raise the height of the fences, but instead they're doing whatever they can to make these animals as happy as they can be through their lives at the sanctuary. I really enjoyed how a lot of the cages were set up. They all had like individual runs that went out to different parts of the enclosures, so the animals had more than extra space so they can venture off and enjoy some of the natural sun. To feed the lemurs, they gave us grapes, raisins, and sliced up bananas. And now, back to the main reason why this video is out and why the animal sanctuary is here in the first place. Not just lemurs, sloths, even shrimp. You need to do your research on whatever pet you're trying to bring home. These Sulcata tortoises are a perfect example. Many people buy these animals not realizing how large these animals really get. There was a few of them here at the sanctuary, but just like the lemurs, they do not make great pets. The Sulcatas might be great pets for some people who have the wide backyards and space and ability to bring them inside when it gets cold or provide heat to them, and however, but for the most people, the common Joe going to work, working a 9 to 5, the Sulcata tortoises and the lemurs, the sloths, and most of the animals here at the sanctuary, they are just not practical pets for everybody. So please do your research and figure out whether or not you can even take care of these animals or even give them proper housing, because that is most important, and they have done that very well at the sanctuary. I was very happy to see that most of the animals had more than enough enclosure space. There was a nice large aviary with 2 beautiful toucans, as well as a couple other birds that I was unfamiliar with. And then there was another enclosure with the same birds from Lion King, Zazu. And one of them was even singing, "I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts." It was great. It was a great time. All right, so that's going to be it for this video. Donate if you can. If you can't, maybe share the video around and help to get the word out. And as always,
Thanks for watching.
and we'll see you next time.